Good morning, Outliers. Beautiful morning here in the Shire. I'm sounding a bit like Will Rogers now. Beautiful day in the neighbourhood. I want to talk about last week's email I sent, a newsletter about celebrating. I had a really good response from that. One of my friends came back to me and he shared with me how at the moment he's got health challenges and he's also trying to hold down a full-time job in a consultancy, which really gives him almost next to zero margin to be creative. I just want to encourage my friend and the rest of you who may be in a similar situation. He did say that his spirits were high, his emotions were in good shape, which is great. I think health is pretty fundamental. Earlier this summer, if you recall my story, I'd just come back from a brilliant 2 weeks break touring Scotland and Wales. In fact, ended it off with a joyful conference in Wales, and then I fell ill with flu. It took me a couple of weeks to recover. I think the important thing is that number one priority in functioning has to be our health. I heard the story once, I think it was from Warren Buffett, that a young 16-year-old wanted to drive a car. In America, I think you can drive as young as 16. And a genie appeared to him and said, you can have any car you like, any car, and it will come delivered to you, shining and new, a bow around it. And he said, what's the catch? Because he knew his genie stories. And he said, well, you only get one car in your life. And that's it. You won't get another one. And Buffett said, that's like our bodies. We only get one in our life, and it's really important that we take care of it. If you knew you only had one car, you'd probably read the manual multiple times. You'd get dents repaired immediately. You would really take care of that machine because it would have to serve you for life. So that's my first encouragement. Look after your health. When I had the flu, was kind to myself. Everything else had to come after my immune system dealing with that infection. The second thing is really to do with what I call constrained impact. When I talk about things like changing the world, it's easy for people to think, I can never do that, given my situation. I can't change the world. Well, you know that I really value the stories, the inspirational stories of people who were in the utmost deprivation of their physical freedom. People who'd been imprisoned in solitary or death row, or even worse, in Nazi concentration camps such as Viktor Frankl was. Even there, you can explore freedom. Frankl said that the last freedom that they could not take away from him was the freedom to decide in that short gap between the torturer acting on him and his reaction. He could choose his reaction. That's freedom. And what Frankl went on to do, particularly through his book, Man's Search for Meaning, was to really inspire millions with his approach to life. So I would say to my friend, your perception at the moment is perceived constrained impact. Treasure that. The constraints can often make you more creative. It's in those relationships you have with your clients, with your colleagues, perhaps, where you can make a transformative difference and you can model that difference in your life. So whatever situation we are in, we can change the world, often in perceived tiny ways. We can't all be Elon Musk or whoever, your hero is Edison, what have you. But in the life we live, in the constraints placed upon us, we can make wise choices. We can make powerful choices. So I just want to encourage you with that today. Thanks for listening to my ramblings in the Shire. Speak soon.